Okay, so when you start meditating, you will start to experience more synchronicities. Why? Because when you start meditating, the door between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind begins to open up, and in this you discover that what you are perceiving to be your outer external world is one, it's connected to your inner world. It's actually a projection of your subconscious. And the way the subconscious proves this to you is by these external signs that are just kind of like beyond anything your mind can understand and comprehend. And you're trying to sit there and you're trying to figure out what's going on. Why do I keep seeing all these numbers and this name keeps popping up? Or I was told to read this person's book and it was the first time I've ever heard of this person. And so I read their book and now I'm seeing their name or I'm hearing their name all over the place. And so synchronicities are really interesting because synchronicities are very unique and individual to each person. And so the thing about synchronicities is when you start having them after you start meditating, what you'll notice about these synchronicities is that when you see them, when you hear them, when you experience them, they pop out at you and you can't just ignore it. You know there's something more going on to your life. And a lot of times when these synchronicities occur, it's like for a split second, like time stops. It's almost like something from a movie, like a movie scene. It's like the world's spinning around you, but you're just like there and like time is standing still and it just pops out at you in a way. And you're like, all right, this is cool. Like what's actually going on here? And so a lot of times when people start having synchronicities, they know that they are occurring. They know why they're occurring, as far as like they can look back and see, okay, I started meditating, I started going within, I started experiencing these deeper parts of my being that before that I had never gone that far within myself. Now, since I've done that, I'm experiencing all these external signs. And so they know when the synchronicity started occurring. They kind of know why, because they feel like it is connected to the meditation. But at the same time, they're still trying to figure out, like, what do these synchronicities actually mean? And what the synchronicities are, in my opinion, and in my experience, are signs and indicators that you are walking along the path that you need to be walking. And so picture them as like little nudges from spirit guides or source or whatever. And these little nudges are for your own confidence, for your own assurance that you are walking down the right path, like I said, and to keep going. In other words, when you start seeing these numbers, it means something in your life, the way you're believing, the way you're feeling, what you're embodying, is in alignment with your destiny and your true nature. And so keep going, keep moving, because the best is yet to come and these doors are opening up. And as you keep going in that direction, more doors will open and you'll start to manifest, you'll start to create, you'll start to realize that what you get in life is not necessarily what you want, but it's what you are being, because there's that reflection going on. And so your outer world is a reflection. It's a projection of your inner state of being. And this is when the magic happens. This is when you can start to, in meditation, you can go into Theta. And so I've made videos on the different brainwave states and how you can go from beta to alpha to theta and then into gamma. But when you're in Theta, Theta is a hypnotic state, and it's when you're really suggestible to new ideas and new beliefs. And so when you're meditating, what you want to do is you want to get into deep Theta, and this is almost like where you're half asleep, half awake. And so we actually experience Theta right as we're drifting off into sleep for a few minutes, and then right when we're waking up. But you can also get into Theta at any time during meditation. And so you get into a deep meditative state, you get into Theta, and then what happens is when you're in Theta, you start to have these visions, you start to see things really clearly, and you're in this state of being open. And this is where you start to reprogram your deepest beliefs, and you can change your inner reality right here in Theta, in this hypnotic state, which will then eventually lead to your outer reality reflecting that. And this won't happen immediately, so it's not always instantaneous, but this is the sequence of it, this is the progression of it, this is when it all starts. And so you're in Theta, what are you doing? You are starting to visualize, you're starting to see the version of yourself that you want to start experiencing in your life, right here, right now. But you're seeing it and you're feeling the emotions that are associated with it right here in the present moment while you're in meditation, while you're in Theta. And then all of a sudden, slowly but surely, it starts to unfold. But what's really key with this is maintaining or sustaining that state of being that you're feeling, that you're being grounded with in meditation while you're in Theta. And the way you know that you're sustaining, that you're maintaining that state of being that you're experiencing in Theta when you're visualizing that version of yourself that you want to be in the future is the synchronicities. The synchronicities are the signs, they're the indicators that you are embodying that state of being, because remember, the world is a mirror. The outer world that you're thinking is out there somewhere and external and separate from your inner world is deeply connected and rooted with your subconscious. It's a projection of it. And so this is what the synchronicities are doing. They're showing you, hey, keep it up. Maintain that state of gratitude, that state of confidence, that state of authenticity. And it will all start to make sense from here. There's going to be clarity. There's going to be divine connections and divine appointments and serendipity and being in the right place at the right time. Like, all these things will start to unfold as you keep this state of being. And so some days you don't feel like keeping that state of being. Some days you feel like, giving in to the negative emotions. But then this is also when the synchronicities will arise, because they show up to remind us that, hey, just because you're having a bad day, just because you're believing a thought that isn't true and you're feeling negative and you're feeling down and you're feeling discouraged and frustrated, doesn't mean it's over. You can get back into the flow, into that state of being whenever you want. Meditation is a great method to do this, but also music. Music is also a wonderful tool to open the heart and to feel the emotions as if they were already occurring, or feel the emotions associated with that of which you want to experience in which you were perceiving to be the future. That's actually what it is, okay? So music helps you to, number one, visualize it, feel it, embody the emotions, and to be present with it. And you can combine music with meditation if you want, if that helps you. But yeah, this is why you are seeing all of those synchronicities. If you've been meditating and you feel like ever since you've been meditating, you've been seeing all these different numbers and signs and symbols and synchronicities, this is why. And so this message is for you. Keep that state of being. Keep in that flow. Keep walking that path. And watch as the synchronicities increase, and they will point you in the directions. They will point you to the doors that you need to walk through. And this is when we start to create our reality. This is when we start to manifest our deepest dreams and desires. If you're meditating and you know deep in your heart intuitively that you want to experience transformation and change in your life, you can start to experience that. You can start to walk in a different way. You can start to embody a higher timeline or a better state of being that will start to, because this is the mirror principle. You can in doing this, you'll realize that what you're being, what you're embodying, will start to manifest and flow from the inside out, and you'll start to notice it. You'll start to see it. You'll start to encounter it and experience it in your external reality. The synchronicities are there to prove to you, to show you, to encourage you that there is something much more going on in your life, in your reality, and when you are meditating. And the meditation is indeed proving that to you. it's showing you how powerful your beliefs, your subconscious beliefs, your thoughts, your emotions are, and what you can do with that and how you can create with that. Okay, so I think that's it for today. If you found this video helpful, informative, or insightful, please leave a thumbs up at the bottom of the screen and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.